Hi, and welcome to Principles of Management. I'm your instructor, Mr. Benjamin, and our class, the actual designation of this class is Business 121. So this video is to serve as an introduction to the class, kind of go over all the particulars of the class, the things that we're going to be concerned with, and should leave with a pretty good overview of what to expect and how to do well. So that's the objectives of this. All right. So let's talk a little bit about different parts of the class. And one of the things I want to talk to you about is me. And I promise it won't take long. But I think it's good for you to know who I am. And then I'm going to want to get to know who you are as well. So a little about me. I've been selling, for 40 years, I've been selling stuff, not necessarily in sales, but I've been selling stuff, a whole lot of different types of things, directly through catalogs, online. I sold B2B, business to business, business to consumer. I mean, I've had a real broad brush of experiences, and worked for really big corporations, multinational, international, multi-billion-dollar corporations, and I've owned my own businesses. So I've hired, managed, and fired hundreds of employees, literally. I can honestly tell you that after 40 years. And reorganized companies, re-engineered complex processes, done some really kind of taking on things new, and like how to make things better, how to improve things, how to make the company really go in the right direction. I've launched new businesses, launched into new product lines, launched into new markets. I got my MBA from Kellogg, if you don't know who that is. That's part of Northwestern University. And I was going part-time at night, and I mean, I was working really full-time at the time. I was even traveling some, so it was a bit of a challenge. I'm just going to say, I'm glad I did it, but I wouldn't want to do it again. And so here's my little thing. This is how I describe summarizing my career. I know how to make businesses profitable, start new businesses, and make old businesses grow like new businesses. That's my little condensed version of who I am, what my career's been. And what that is something called an elevator speech. If you don't know what an elevator speech is, it's something you use in networking. Networking is a very, very important concept. I want you to walk away with a lot of things from this class, but one really important one is I want you to understand the importance of networking. And that is getting to know people who will help you out, who you will help out all throughout your career. Okay? And we're going to actually do that with our class. So you're going to do that by creating an introduction for yourself. You're going to do a discussion post, which you'll see in D2L. If you want to know more information about D2L, I posted a separate video out there for how we're going to use D2L in class. In your first discussion post, you're going to introduce yourself. And I want you to, once you're done with yours, I want you to read your other classmates, and I want you to respond to one of them. And by the way, this whole process of what we're doing with discussion posts, we're going to repeat a few times throughout class and more in the content of the class material itself. But this is a good way to kind of get it started. And I also think it's really, really important because this is the start of networking, right? My general rule of thumb on discussion posts is keep it civil, cordial, and real. Stay focused, stay on task. That it's not a blog. It's a purposeful thing that you're actually going to get graded on. So please take it with a degree of seriousness. And so what you're going to cover in your introductory post is who you are, what you do, where you are going. And then one thing about you just about nobody else knows. And I say keep it clean because, we don't need your deepest, darkest secrets. However, everybody's got something unique to say. And interestingly enough, I remember a student saying they raised tropical fish in saltwater tanks, that this person had several of them. And that was something interesting. And he was actually enjoyed it so much and was so deeply involved in it, he actually sold fish online and ship them out. So you learn something new about everybody. And that was from about 4 years ago. So if I saw him, I would say, how are your fish doing? Okay, so learn how to network. It's a really, really important skill to have in the business and professional world. I'm going to learn more about you by signing up for a one-on-one with me, which is our one instance where we are going to meet face-to-face, not literally. We're going to do it on a virtual level. And I want to know from you, when you sign up for the one-on-one, is why you're taking the class. Have some personal objectives for the class. What are your personal objectives? What do you hope to learn? What do you hope to take away? And not just a grade. Other stresses on your life, work, family commitments, those kinds of things. We'll talk about career-wise, what you hope to be doing in 5 years. And then please use the opportunity to ask me any questions that you might have about class. Okay? Now, to sign up for it, there's a folder in D2L. You're going to go to a Google Drive, and there's a calendar, basically a little spreadsheet. You're just going to sign up for one of the times that are available by putting in your name and in that time slot, and we will meet in the virtual office, which again, we'll take a look at that in D2L, and you'll have a good idea what's involved there. Okay, so that's one of our first steps that we need to do. What is D2L? Well, first off, I have a video out there. There's two things you can look at. I posted a video and said what the different things that we're using D2L for in class, kind of a little tour of D2L. But there is also a link to a tutorial that Oakton's put together if you want to know a lot more about it. And in D2L, we're going to communicate. You're going to use D2L email to communicate with me, and I will use D2L email to communicate with you. I'll do posts in D2L. I will do announcements in D2L, and so you want to become very familiar with it. You're going to find all the course content that matters for the class, presentations, videos. If you look at the D2L video I put together, you'll see some examples of that. You're going to complete and post the assignments that we need to do for class in D2L, and we're going to take our tests. We have two large tests, and those are both in D2L. So that's what we're going to use it for. I strongly suggest, you don't have to do this, but I strongly suggest you get an app called Brightspace Pulse, which is basically an app that allows you to use D2L on your phone. You can get it at Google Play, you can get it at App Store, so no matter which operating system you have, you can use it. It's a nice program to have. I don't know about you, but for me, all the communication I do has to come through my phone. I mean, my emails, my texts, everything that I normally use for communication is all on my phone. So, I like the idea of having all that available and an app on my phone as well. So, it doesn't cost anything. And when you're done, you don't want to keep it anymore, you can obviously take it off your phone as well. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the class syllabus itself. First off, it's posted out there. Read through it. It's a multi-page document. It's your responsibility to know everything that's in there. You'll find out about grades. You'll find out about the text that we're going to use for class. So definitely read through it. I think that so just read through it, and if you have any questions, certainly let me know. Now, the course schedule is also in D2L. There's two versions of it. It's the exact same thing. One of them is an Excel spreadsheet, and one of them is a Word document. You can use either one. They both say the same thing, so it's not like you have to know about both of them, but use one of them because our class schedule is exactly what we're going to use for class. This is the Word version of it, and I want you to see exactly how the class schedule is set up. I kind of break it out by weeks. So every week there is a certain amount of activity that we're going to do. So think of your work to be managed in weeks. And this is an 8-week class, so it goes really fast. We cover the same amount of material that we do in a 16-week class. So this is very condensed and it moves pretty fast. So as you can see in the schedule, we have our introduction that we're doing right now. You're going to cover chapter 1 this very first week, okay? And there's a chapter quiz associated, and I strongly suggest you take that quiz right after reading the chapter and Connect. And again, there's a video out there for Connect if you need to learn more about how to do that. And it shows exactly the pace that we're going to go. We're covering chapters at a time that are associated with the modules in D2L. Again, I illustrate that in the D2L video. And pay real close attention to deadlines because they come fast and furious here. I'm going to be real honest. And then, so we'll have the assignments that I need for you to do will be listed here at the same time that you need to be done. Discussion posts. And discussion posts will always consist of your original discussion, your original post, and your reply. Those and the dates. The original post is obviously due before the reply is supposed to be done, because you need some time for everybody to load their original posts in there, so you have something to reply to. And then when the tests are due themselves. Okay, so everything in class is all in here. While I'm here on the schedule, I'm going to take the opportunity to talk to you about the tests, how the grades happen. We got 2 tests that are worth 50 points each. They're 50-point tests. We're going to talk about those when I'm going to post a video out there, as well as how to what's involved with the test and how to study for them, that kind of thing. Those are worth 100 points. You have a final paper due in class. Again, there'll be another video posted for that. Your discussion posts and replies, there's 6 of those, and they're worth 15 points each. There's 3 assignments worth 20 points each, and each one of those chapter quizzes, and there's 14 chapters, are worth 5 points. So you can see the grades are very evenly distributed between all these different activities. And it's a typical 90 points, 90%, 80%, 70% scale for the letter grades at the end of the year, at the end of the term. Okay? So that's the schedule. Okay, one thing I want to point out is that I understand we're all very busy, and I understand there's a lot of things going on in our lives, and sometimes we miss an assignment deadline or something like that. I can't allow that to happen habitually, so what I do is give you an OOPS token, and I'm going to give you 2 of those. You can use those for everything but the very last things we do for class, the final project, the last test. But you can use it for anything else during the course of that. You have 2 of them to say, I missed it, and if you give me enough time, like, it specifies exactly how long, in the OOPS token, again, it's listed under D2L, you will, communicate with me and say that's what I need to do. So I'm giving you 2 passes, and that's it. No more. So use them judiciously, or don't use them at all. That's even better. Okay? All right, what else? So how to succeed in class? Well, just fair warning, this class moves real fast. Okay, so it would be really, really easy to fall behind. Don't allow that to happen. Just prepare to spend the time that it's required to get through all the material. Complete all the assignments, all the posts, everything that you have a deadline on, get it done on time. Okay, keep up with the text reading and the quizzes. That's a really important part of it. Discussion posts, let's make them really thoughtful. So and the way to get a good grade on the discussion posts is reference the text or some class content that we covered, okay? Be logical, use facts, support it. I'm not really interested in opinions. Opinions based, supported with facts, those are fine, but that's about it, okay? And then you can ask for help. You can email me, or you can go to my office hours, which are on Tuesdays in a virtual office. You'll see a link to it, and use Chrome to get into that virtual office. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But those are on Wednesdays, and then I also have the flexibility to meet with you some other times as well. So you might be asking yourself, why am I taking this class? Management is present in any organization that you're ever going to work for, and you're likely going to work for one. In your life, you may manage other people, build plans, decide the direction of an organization, invest in organizations, and guess what? All those things require you to have some basic knowledge of management. Okay? So I want you to get a great grade, but basically the only way to do that is put in the maximum amount of effort. So benefits received divided by cost equals value. That's a marketing concept. And the way you receive benefits is put the effort in for yourself. The cost is basically the same. Okay? That's how you get more value from class. All right? All right. So, very quickly, we have by Friday of this week, I want you to sign into the course shell, read the content in the Start Here for the beginning of class, read the documents and links in the course documents tab, sign in to Connect, read chapter 1 and take the first quiz, take the test. It's a test that you're going to take to just basically make sure that you can sign up for HonorLock, our online proctoring service, and take a test in D2L. Write your introduction post, and then sign up for the one-on-one. If you do all those things, there's 10 extra credit points for you. That's 10 extra credit points on a 400-point scale. Is a pretty good pretty good number. Okay, that's it for the start of class. Let me know if you have any questions, certainly, and sooner than later. Okay, good luck. I really wish you the best, and I'm looking forward to having you in class. Thanks.